Mob Entertainment just shadow dropped their latest teaser trailer for Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, and despite this one being incredibly short, I mean literally it's a YouTube short, this one contains some very interesting information. Not only do we have some potential teasers for upcoming characters in Chapter 5, I think this teaser trailer just revealed a brand new character that we've never seen before. Now this video is titled Experiment 1202, which would put this experiment in between Bron and Mummy Longlegs. Now that's already kind of interesting considering that this era of Poppy Playtime, well, it hasn't really been that fleshed out. Mummy Longlegs was a brand new character revealed in Chapter 2, and Bron was a character revealed in Chapter 1 that we still have never seen a bigger bodies for after 4 chapters. And so this experiment number being 1202 between them could be a hint that we are going to see a character from that era. Now in my previous Poppy Playtime breakdown, I theorized that we might be seeing finally Cat Bee or Candy Cat, maybe even both. These are 2 characters that were revealed in Chapter 1 that have also never had a bigger bodies version. Considering that last trailer just continually shows off cats, I theorized that might have been a hint towards that. This trailer also does the same thing. We can see this cat in the background, which I think is supposed to be Yarnaby, but it looks a little bit different. So I don't know if this is just a different art style for Yarnaby or if this is a different character altogether. But I do find it very interesting that we have yet another cat chasing some yarn, which is very cat-like behavior, which again just even further cements the point that there are going to be some cats in this chapter. Now if we actually take a look at this teaser trailer, there's a little bit of theory potential here. We see this character, or we see the shadow of it, run across this wall before getting electrocuted. Now, I will say, I really like the vibe of this trailer. The tone of it is absolutely fantastic. Really gives me sort of Frankenstein's monster style vibe. I don't know a better word than vibe. Vibe is the word of the day. But it really gives me that Frankenstein's monster style tone, and I like that a lot. I mean, that's kind of a key theme of this series, right? The whole idea that Playtime Co. are playing God and bringing children back to life in toy form and such. It's definitely Frankenstein style kind of stuff, and this is kind of showing that off. Now we do know that we're going to go to the labs in Chapter 5. This is the area that the prototype has called home, and the prototype is definitely a very dangerous character. Still not convinced he's the main villain of the series, but either way he's definitely a dangerous person, someone we don't want to get on the wrong side of, and we know that he is definitely involved in the science even now, even 10 years after the factory closed. We know that the prototype is still doing experiments, still working towards some goal that we still don't know. We definitely don't know what that is, by the way. The last teaser trailer definitely told us that. I have a theory about it. I really should just make that theory. I really should just get around to it, huh? But talking about that shadow, we don't really know who this character is. Now, this could be Experiment 1202. We don't know if Experiment 1202 refers to the shadow or the thing doing the electrocution. I'm not too sure. All I am sure of is that I love seeing a character get electrocuted in a trailer, because there's nothing I love more in my mascot horror than people being killed brutally. But of all the characters that this shadow could be, it could be Poe. If you look at the arms, you can see that they look like wings or maybe even tentacles. I'll get onto that in a minute. And you can also see this little tuft of hair, which could match the little tuft that Poe has. Especially when you look at this character being electrocuted, it does look like they kind of have the same wing-shaped hand as Poe does. But if it's not Poe, this could be a little reveal of Chum Chompkins. Now we know that this was a character or a name that was leaked. This was a character that hasn't really been revealed yet. We only know of this name because of leaks. What kind of leaks? It's more like Mob Entertainment keep trademarking names and then people keep going and checking it and then leaking it that way. But Chum Chompkins is a very interesting name. I actually thought originally that this was a red herring. I thought Chum Chompkins might have been a silly name that they made up just to kind of throw us off the scent of the real characters. But also, Chum could be a reference to fishing bait. And this character does look like it kind of has tentacly hands. So it's possible that this is Chum Chompkins, and that obviously is some sort of nautical sea creature character. But we also know that in Chapter 5, we're probably going to be getting the wrong side Outimals. These are, I don't really know what these are going to be. I mean, there's a big hint there. They're going to be the wrong side out. So, you know, potentially these characters are going to be sort of messed up morph of characters, which is actually kind of interesting because in Chapter 4 we did see that the Playtime Co. were trying to repurpose failed experiments, and now I wonder if, because 1202 as well is after the Nightmare Critters experiment number line, so it makes me wonder if these wrong side Outimals were Playtime Co. trying to salvage the failures. So these could be the surgeries that went horrifically wrong. And Playtime Co were like, yeah, it's an inside out animal. It's a wrong side out animal, right? Maybe, I don't know. But it's also possible that the experiment 1202 is the person or thing doing the electrocuting. So perhaps there is going to be a creature or a monster with electrical powers, possibly. I don't know. It's also kind of interesting that if this is Chum Chumpkins, again, chum being used as bait in fishing, maybe somebody's using this character as bait to set this trap off, or maybe to lure another creature. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, but it's kind of interesting. But the really interesting thing about this trailer is that we can get a very small glimpse of something. It's definitely a face. If you look when the character is electrocuted, if you look at the top, you can see this little critter. And I don't believe this is any character we've seen before. It's just a face with crossed eyes. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've actually seen this character ever before. I think this might be a brand new reveal. So it could even be that this is experiment 1202 and this is just Poe or Chum or whatever. And maybe this is the thing that is actually being revealed here. I'm not too sure. I guess we'll wait to see if we get another teaser trailer, because this is very similar to what Mob Entertainment did for chapter 3. Was it chapter 3? I can't remember. It's been so long. But when they did 3 VHS, they did one for Huggy, they did one for Kissy, and they did one for Bron. So I doubt this would be the only teaser trailer showing off new characters that we get before release. I mean, this is what Mob do, right? They always tease, they always show things, they always do new trailers with new reveals. I mean, they showed Mommy Longlegs off before the game released. So yeah, I don't know. I think this could be 1202, and we're only just seeing a little part of it. Again, wrong side outimals. That might be a big hint here that this is the outside, well, the inside of the character on the outside. I don't know. I'm still waiting to see what they're going to do with this. Although, to be entirely honest, Doughy the Doman was completely out of left field last chapter. I never expected we were going to get a character completely made out of dough, but there we go, we did. So who knows at this point if they can turn a child into a dough monster, or well, technically 3 children into a dough monster. Playtime Co can do anything at this point, so I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm interested to find out. Now, this is also kind of interesting. If this shadow is Poe, it kind of would be interesting as well, because I feel like chapter 4, as much as I really did enjoy chapter 4, I thought it was a great chapter, aside from the bugs, I do think that the Nightmare Critters didn't really get as much time to shine as the Smiling Critters. I mean, the Smiling Critters, we never really got like Crafty Corn, and Bobby Bearhug wasn't alive, but Bobby Bearhug was still a really creepy and interesting character, especially if you read the Orientation Notebook. But with the Nightmare Critters, I don't feel like they got quite as much love. Like, we didn't really see the bigger bodies versions of them. Like Baba Chops wasn't a bigger bodies as far as I can tell. You know, it wasn't as big as Dog Day, and Dog Day had a speaking role, and we didn't really get so much of that of the Nightmare Critters. So I wonder again, if this is Poe, maybe the Nightmare Critters are going to get a bit more love in chapter 5. But again, this is just for me, don't get mad at me in the comments. My personal hope is that some of those OG characters actually get love. We still need Bron, we still need Catbee, we still need Candy Cat, we still need Owen the Oven. I'm kidding on that one. But you know what I mean? There's so many like characters from the first couple of chapters that just never got a bigger bodies version, never got really... They had teasers, they had cardboard cutouts, but they never really got their time to shine. And even if it's just a little segment like Dog Day, you know, Dog Day's segment, we met him and then 2 minutes later he's chasing us and then we've gone. Right? He was only in the game for 2 minutes, but that was still cool. That was still a really awesome little moment that he got. And I wish... Again, this is my personal feelings. I wish that Poppy Playtime gave more little moments like that to more characters, rather than huge moments for a few characters. Again, I'm nitpicking here. You know I love Poppy. You know that this is one of my favorite series to play and to theorize over. This is just like a little nitpicky thing, but it would be really cool if we could get just a bit more love for some of those OG characters. So who knows, maybe we'll see. Now, I do want to make a quick mention. I do want to very quickly mention why I have been gone for so long. Because again, I was doing so well. I was on a roll of uploading content on both channels. And then I just went on another break. And it's for 2 reasons. One, I've been very addicted to Arc Raiders. I've been playing the hell out of that game. That game is so much fun. I don't think I've been addicted as addicted to a game since Halo 2. Genuinely, I can't remember the last time I got so addicted to a multiplayer game. So good. And second of all, there just hasn't been a lot. I was hoping that this period, like the run up to Christmas, I was going to have a lot of Little Nightmares 3 content to make, and there just isn't really anything to do with Little Nightmares 3. So once again, I'm in the waiting room. I'm waiting for Reanimal. I'm waiting for Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. I'm waiting for Resident Evil Requiem. I'm going to do some videos on that too. But there isn't really a lot of lore content that I could make. I mean, I could make a couple of theories or something, but I don't know. It feels like we're in another lull, and I'm sick of these lulls. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Give me the games. I want the games. Why is it all the horror games have to release in October? They do this every year. Like, all the horror devs are like, get my game out for the spooky month. And then November is absolute trash. I don't know. Anyway, listen, you got a video today, okay? Here's a video. It might be me yapping about a 23-second trailer, but there you go. There it is. I'm actually very excited for Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. You know me. You know I'm a big fan of the series. I've been theorizing since Chapter 1. You know I like it. I'm very excited for it. I'm also excited for all the other games that are coming out. Reanimal. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like and all that usual. I just punched my desk. Okay. Like the video if you liked it. I am back now, by the way. My Ark Raiders break is over. I'm officially back. Okay, I'm officially back. Hopefully back to some content. I've got a nice playthrough coming up for you. It's not a brand new game, but it's a really fun game. So if you like playthroughs, go and subscribe to the DLC channel. Because yeah, the next one's going to be pretty fun. I thought it was a fun playthrough anyway. We'll see. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.